as you guys know, that people in my line of work are constantly going to get death threats, and people say that you need to take them seriously, and it's just not my nature to take them very seriously. But sometimes, well, I have a policy on that. My policy is very simple. If these threats are coming from Muslim countries, like let's say Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, or Iran, we know not much is going to happen. And I'm very popular in Pakistan now. So um, even though I'm in touch with some politicians in Pakistan, they don't want to touch, they don't want to go after these people who make these online threats against me. That's fine. For that, we have a different way of handling those things. For those, we can uh, we can talk to our local politicians. We can send emails to European Union, the congressmen. We can send emails to them, and then they try to create pressure on the Pakistani government. So that works differently, and it's very slow. And to be honest, I don't have time for that. And most importantly, I don't think they have any resources either to come to me. But there are people in Western Europe, mostly in your country, Nuria, in Great Britain, in France, in Germany. These are what we call pendu guys. Pendu. I'm not saying that in a derogatory manner, but I'm saying that in as being descriptively as accurate as possible. These guys come from Pakistan either by boat or illegally or however they get there. They don't realize the Western values. They don't understand them. So what they think, because in Pakistan it is taught to them that expressing your love for the Prophet is a virtuous thing. Killing blasphemers is a good thing. It's a good thing. I mean, he blasphemed, so it's fair enough to kill him. So that's how they're trained in Pakistan. That's the normal culture in Pakistan. So they go with it. So they've grown up under that environment, and now they come to Britain, they come to France or Germany or Western Europe or Canada or Australia or America. They go there thinking the same thing because they live in their own bubbles. They don't realize, oh, hang on, they're breaking the law. The problem here is police, even though it is illegal to make criminal death threats or expressing your jihadi intentions, even though it's illegal, but the police doesn't want to pursue it, or at least not pursue it as actively as they should, as you and I would expect them to. So we need to do something about it. I am planning a strategy on creating a fund in which I would need your help. And by the time you look at this video, there would be a GoFundMe link underneath, so you can help us out as well. So as I said, we can report this to the police, but we have limited resources. Police doesn't pursue it. Police doesn't take it as seriously until Lee Rigby happens, until Samuel Paty happens. Then they're like, oh, where did that come from? So David Ames happened. Where did that come from? We didn't know that. Oops, sorry. But someone could die in the process just because they didn't do their job. And I'm not saying that you need to, put them behind bars for 20 years or something. Most of these guys are just filled with hot air. They just make these boastful claims that I'm going to hunt you down, I'm going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. They make these threats. But the moment they get a phone call from the police, that's all they have to do sometimes. They have to look them up, who these guys are, where they're living. Hey, mate, you're making these threats. I could put you behind bars for saying these things. And they're like, oh, sorry. And it's happened before. I've had 3 of these wannabe jihadis taken care of out of my own pocket last time. Well, I did have some support from close friends, but it is expensive. So how that happens, police doesn't want to go after them. So we need to hire private investigators and private intelligence organizations. So we call them, we give them as much information as possible. So they track them down. They have the means to do it. They can track them down. They can find out their full names, their addresses, their phone numbers, and then they can pass that information to the police. Then police has no excuse. So police either are stressed, they don't have resources, or they just don't want to get involved because it's Islamophobic and racist or whatever. So that's just the background, and I would need your help later on. So let me share that, why I'm saying that with you all of a sudden out of the blue. I've got tons of these videos. Sometimes I lose interest, but sometimes it's like, okay, do you want to pick a fight with me? So let's go for it. So here's this video. I'm not going to play it because we could get in trouble again. So this guy He threatened me on his pathetic TikTok account, which has now been deleted by TikTok. So he was just basically showing my photo there and asking his people to hunt me down and go to Jannah and enjoy their houris, or send him my information so he can avail this opportunity and get his past sins wiped off and go to Jannah. So that's what he's been doing. So it's on Twitter. The link will be in the description. You can go have a look. But as you can see, this tweet had a good response, almost 20,000 views, 269, over 320 retweets, which is very good by Twitter standards. You don't get that many, that much engagement. So eventually, Met Police contacted me and they said, "Hi, Harris, please DM us to further discuss matter relating to the video posted, please." So I did respond. I did give them as much information as I had. And obviously, I have, since then, I've been given more information about where he is, etc. And I didn't want to give his TikTok or his name or his location just yet, because obviously I want to let the police do their job. And I know he's going to get one phone call and he'd be like, "Oh, sorry." He's going to be the first person to throw his prophet under the bus. Why? Why do I know it? Because I've dealt with 3 idiots like that before. 2 of them were in Britain. 1 of them was in Berlin. Was in Germany, not in Berlin. So it's all hot air. The reason why we need to get these guys, I know it might not be a threat to me, but what these guys can do, they can let it out on someone else. Or his videos were watched by I think nearly 5 or 6,000 people. It only needs one crazy guy who's going to take his word seriously, and then he's going to let it out on the next Lee Rigby or next Samuel Paty. That's going to happen. But that's why police need to take it seriously. I remember when I was in corporate, when I was working for this corporation, there was a bomb scare prank training manual. I think everyone goes through it. What the first thing they tell you is, like, if you get a bomb scare prank call, you need to treat it as though it's real. Even though statistically speaking, 99% of the time, that just turns out to be a hoax. But we have to take it seriously. Why? Because what if it's that 1% of the time when it turns out to be real and you didn't take it seriously, and we can have a major, major catastrophe? That's how I would think that they should take these terrorist threats seriously. That, okay, statistically speaking, he's full of hot air, might not happen, but what if it does happen? And statistically speaking, these terrorist threats turn out to be far more real than bomb scare prank. So you should take terrorist threats like these far more seriously than bomb scare prank calls. I'm saying you should take them seriously as well. But that's the logic behind it. But these people, as I said, police don't have interest. Police don't take it seriously. Let's not. Well, I don't want to make a conclusive statement because police have been very helpful at this point. I've spoken to the investigating officer, and he's assured me he would be he would find this person. We have rough idea where he is, so I think in the next few days he would be probably he'll get a knock on the door. So, and then watch it. He's gonna run away exactly like the previous 3 fools. Who ended up actually apologizing not only to me but to my dog Charlie as well. That was just one of the little footnote. I was like, how do I make them realize that what they're doing is really stupid and it has consequences. So, but as I said, there would be a GoFundMe link. So please click on that link and try to help us out as much as you can. So what I'm gonna do. Why I need that money, why I would need that money, is because I'm going to have these clowns are going to keep coming. I took care of these 3 guys before. This guy, the 2 more guys, one in Germany as well. Once I'm done with this, I'll get involved with that one as well. But these cowards actually don't give out their full name. They have set up these accounts just to intimidate people. So we have to do our homework. We have to find out who these guys are. We have to get the details, their names, their rough addresses, and then we have to contact the police, and then we have to pass this information on to them. But I can't do that. I don't have the resources. But private investigators and private intelligence organizations can. Private intelligence organization helped me out last time in obtaining information of those two guys. One was in Bradford, the other one was in Chorley. Chorley is in somewhere in the central England. So they found that information, but unfortunately they're expensive. So that's what we're going to need funds for. So we need your support. Unfortunately, a lot of people have just abandoned what is worth preserving, the Enlightenment secular values, and nobody should have a right to just contaminate, turning these once beautiful Western countries, turning them into these Islamic Sharia infested countries. So I would need your support. Do you want to add something to it?
No, I think you've covered it really well. Just more power to you. And yeah, it's in this part of the world that the law is on your side. So definitely, don't at all for a second think that this is something you should never follow up on. I would do the exact same thing in your situation, though I would hope that the law would take effect itself, without needing extra help. But sometimes that's just the case. The police is very much under-resourced. I guess this latest target of yours is in the UK, and the police here is very much under-resourced. I can tell you that. But there's specific organizations which obviously will follow up with this parallel to the police, which I think is a plus point, and we obviously can definitely look into that some more. But yeah, I'm with you.
Kentucky is situated in the region New South Wales in Australia. Yeah, it might be. There might be some.
There is a Kentucky,
yeah, there
Australia.
might be. Yeah, there would be. As I said, there would be. Kentucky,
okay.
New South Wales. There you go.
Last spotted in New South Wales, huh? According to him.
I've been in Europe for the last 6 months. I mean, these guys are so dumb with the research. Look at it. This is what we have in Kentucky, Australia.
Wow.
This is Kentucky, Australia.
You were last spotted. Your shadow was seen somewhere there in the distance. That is so funny.
It's long, empty roads. So yeah. No. He definitely thought that Kentucky Fried Chicken came from Australia. To help me produce more videos like these, support me on Patreon or PayPal.